We love our dogs, their family, our cuddle buddies, and our best friends. But what if your furry companion doesn't quite feel the same way about you? It's a tough pill to swallow, but sometimes dogs just aren't as attached to their humans as we think. While we often assume that our dogs love us unconditionally, their behavior might actually be saying otherwise. Of course, no one wants to think their pup is just tolerating them, but it's important to recognize the signs, because understanding your dog's true emotions can help you build a stronger, healthier bond with them. So, let's dive into 10 surprising signs that your dog may not be as into you as you'd like to believe. And don't worry, we'll add a dash of humor to make it less heartbreaking. Avoidance behavior. You call their name, but they suddenly remember a very important appointment. Under the couch. If your dog consistently avoids you, whether by moving away when you enter a room, keeping their distance, or dodging your affection, it could be a sign that they don't feel completely comfortable around you. Dogs that love their humans actively seek out their company. They follow you around, stay close by, and even insist on joining you in the bathroom. Because privacy is for humans, not dogs. If your dog prefers to be somewhere, anywhere, other than where you are, it's a red flag. Of course, some breeds are more independent than others, but if your dog seems to avoid you specifically, it might be time to reevaluate your bond. Refusing eye contact. Eye contact is a big deal in the dog world. When a dog truly loves and trusts you, they'll often gaze into your eyes in a relaxed and affectionate way, kind of like a canine version of slow dancing. In fact, studies have shown that when dogs make eye contact with their humans, both experience a surge of oxytocin, the same hormone that strengthens the bond between parents and babies. But if your dog avoids eye contact like you owe them money, it's a problem. While some dogs naturally avoid direct stares because they perceive them as a threat, an extreme avoidance of eye contact, especially from a dog that has been socialized, can signal discomfort or lack of trust. So if you're lovingly gazing into your dog's eyes and they're staring at the floor like they're trying to disappear, they might not be your biggest fan. Hiding or seeking solitude. Dogs that love their humans want to be with their humans. They'll sleep near you, follow you from room to room, and generally act like a clingy best friend. But if your dog is constantly sneaking off to hide, avoiding interaction, or staying in another part of the house when you're home, it could be a sign that they're not too keen on you. While dogs sometimes need their own space, just like humans, excessive isolation could indicate discomfort. If your dog always runs and hides when you try to engage with them, it's time to figure out what's going wrong in your relationship. Aggressive reactions. Dogs can show aggression for many reasons: fear, territorial behavior, or even medical issues. However, if your dog is growling, snapping, or even biting when you approach, that's a pretty strong indicator that they don't feel safe around you. Aggression is often a defensive mechanism. If your dog reacts negatively when you try to pet them, pick them up, or even just sit beside them, they might not be very fond of you. And if they're only aggressive toward you, but perfectly fine with others, then, yeah, that's not great. If you notice these behaviors, it's important to approach with caution and work with a professional trainer to figure out what's causing the hostility. Lack of excitement. When you return home, one of the best parts of having a dog is coming home to their joyful, tail-wagging, wiggly celebration. Dogs that love their humans will act like you've been gone for years, even if it's only been 10 minutes. But if your dog barely acknowledges your return, if they're lying on the couch, shoot you a quick glance, and go back to napping, that's not a good sign. While some dogs are naturally more laid back, a total lack of enthusiasm when you come home could mean they don't see you as their favorite person, or even as someone particularly interesting. Reluctance to play or engage. Play is a crucial part of a dog's life. It's how they bond, relieve stress, and show affection. If your dog consistently refuses to play with you, whether it's fetch, tug of war, or even just a silly chase, they might not feel particularly close to you. A dog that loves you will engage with you, even if it's just for a short period. Of course, some dogs prefer different types of play, but if they never show interest in playtime, especially with you, it could indicate a lack of emotional connection. Ignoring commands. Dogs that respect and love their owners typically listen to commands. If your dog completely ignores you when you call them, tell them to sit or ask them to come inside. It might not be just stubbornness. It could be that they don't feel connected enough to care. Training requires trust. If your dog isn't listening to you at all, but responds well to other people, it could be a sign that they don't feel a strong bond with you. Excessive barking or whining around you. Dogs bark for all kinds of reasons: excitement, alerting, or even frustration. But if your dog is constantly barking, whining, or making unhappy noises whenever you're around, it might be a sign of distress. If they seem perfectly fine when interacting with others, but are overly vocal or agitated when you're near, you might want to consider whether they feel at ease in your presence. Physical signs of stress. Dogs communicate a lot through body language. Some subtle signs of stress include tucked tail, lip licking when they're not eating, yawning when they're not tired, pinned back ears, excessive panting when they're not hot. If your dog constantly displays these stress signals only when you're around, it could be a sign that they're uncomfortable with you, preferring others over you. This one stings the most. If your dog is affectionate and playful with everyone else, but seems indifferent or even standoffish toward you, it might mean they just don't have a strong attachment to you. Dogs naturally gravitate toward people they trust and love. If they're running toward your friends, your family members, or even your neighbor, but they act disinterested when you call them, you might not be their favorite. Building a strong relationship takes time, but with love, patience, and understanding, you can turn things around. After all, dogs are capable of forming deep bonds, and who wouldn't want to be their dog's favorite human? So now I want to hear from you. Have you noticed any of these signs in your dog? Or do you have a Velcro dog that never leaves your side? Drop a comment below and let me know which of these signs shocked you the most. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss another eye-opening investigation into the secret lives of our pets. And if you found this helpful, that like button is looking pretty clickable right now.